Okay, so this is part 2 of defining Black feminism for all to know. From the Combahee River Collective. I don't know. I'm gonna put it in the video because I don't know how to pronounce it. And in the last, I think the last video, I said that it was important that we get away, and that we strip ourselves away, and that we fight all of the historical racial stereotypes that have been said about Black women, created by white men who have now been taken up by Black men. Let's see, and I said that it was important that no one cares about our rights, our story, our voice more than we do. This is the problem that came up with the Black liberation. This focusing upon our oppression is embodied in the concepts of identity politics. And for me, this is one of the most important things. It's about us as women as a collective, and also us as an individual, but more so as us as an individual, defining our own femininity, defining our own womanhood. What do we feel is feminine? What do we feel is our right to express, who we are as women. It's not defined by how we look or whether or not we can bear children, but how do you, as a woman, as a Black woman, define who you are? Not let any man, black, white, purple, green, define who we are as women. I think that is one of the most powerful things about Black feminism. If you read it, they have totally different politics. So I've always said this. We have totally different politics about self-identity, because for a long time we've let society define who we are as women. This is how you should act as a woman. This is how you should look. It's up to you. This is your life. How do you define yourself as a Black woman? It says, we reject pedestals, queenhood, I'm sorry about the thunder, and walking 10 paces behind. To be recognized as human, levelly human is enough. It's so powerful. And it says, we believe that sexual politics under patriarchy is as pervasive in Black women's lives as the politics of class and race. We often find it difficult to separate race from class from sexual oppression because in our lives they are most often experienced simultaneously. Yes, okay, it is the fact that I am seeing, when you look at me, you see that I'm Black, then you see that I'm a woman, and then you look at where I'm at, how I look, what class I'm in. All those things we're all judged on. We're all judged on by what kind of job you have, where did you come from, how light are you, what your hair looking like. We as women, it's always we're constantly being judged, we're constantly being examined, we're constantly trying to be figured out and dissected, and always being told we need to improve ourselves, that we are, as women, no matter how good we get, are never good enough. Because if you look a certain way, you must be a whore. If you do this, you must be ignorant. It's so crazy. We know that such a thing is as racial sexual oppression, that it is neither solely racial nor sexual. The history of rape of Black women by white men as a weapon of political oppression. Okay, right here is for all the brothers who watch my video, and I know there's some, because 50% of my population are men. I know I get some men who are pro-Black nationalists. This statement, this next one, is for you. For all of you who said that Black feminists ride up behind white feminists, that we don't know what the heck we're talking about. This is from a group of Black women. This is for you. Although we are feminists and lesbians, not all feminists are lesbians, let me just preface that. We feel solidarity with progressive Black men and do not advocate the fractionalization that white women who are separatists demand. Our situation as black people necessitates that we have solidarity around the fact of race, which white women, of course, as white women, of course, do not need to have with white men, unless it is their negative solidarity as racial oppressors. We struggle together with black men against racism, while we struggle with black men about sexism. Can we just shut it down right after that? Can we just shut it down? Yes, I'm happy after reading that. I'm always happy after reading that. Is there anything else left to be said? That we know that there is racism among white feminists? Not all. Some. Maybe it's changed. Maybe it hasn't. But we know that there's always been sexism against black women by black men. And for me, that's another thing that I really fight against. When you tell me, oh, you're surprised I can do this, or you're surprised I'm interested in this because I'm a woman, why does the fact that I have a vagina define anything that I cannot do, think about, interested in, able to do? Really? Okay. So, we realize that the liberation of all oppressed people necessitates the destruction of the political economic systems of capitalism and imperialism, as well as patriarchy. So there's a little bit of socialism in there, and it's just standard feminist politics, feminist theory that we understand, because, that whole, oh, you guys are crazy because you guys want to work. You've always been able to work. These white women got you fooled. Like, no, sweetie, working is not a luxury. If we worked, it was because they wouldn't hire you as black men, and we had to put food on the table. We had to keep the lights on, okay? But of course we get penalized for that. Oh, you guys don't want to work and you do this. You kind of demasculize men. It's always a catch-22. It's always something. It's always something. Okay? I hate that. Know your history. If you're gonna talk about women, know the history of women. But what did I say? Nobody cares about our liberation, our voice, our history more than we do. And that's the problem that black men had in the black power movements, which, whether it would be civil rights, Black Panther Party, the black power movement, whatever. It was the fact that when it came to black men's liberation, they were like, yeah, and we were like, okay, yeah, let's get this liberation. But when we were like, hold on, well, I have our own issues, we need to address these. They were like, oh, no, we got you. No. And then what happened? We sat back and we waited. We saw that they were worried about their own politics, about their own liberation. We were like, well, F this. We have to get our own. Women, you know what I'm talking about. You got to get up and get your own. And that's what happened. That is what formed the Black Feminist movement, because we had to get our own.